Of course, as many HR leaders know, gaining enthusiasm for a benefit doesn't always happen naturally, especially at the top. So, how do we turn passive leaders into active supporters? Heather, let's start with you for this next obstacle.
Yes, one of my favorite topics. So, let's face it, some senior leaders are just awesome at recognition. They do it regularly, they're consistent, they're specific, they do all the things that we want them to do. But not every senior leader is like that. And so, we have to work on it. And we still continue to work on it. And we do it in a number of ways. One of the first ways that we do it is to try and remove barriers that might exist that to, doing recognition on a consistent and frequent basis. And what we found is we can leverage the platform to help us do that. So one of the features that we have is a delegation feature, and we leverage it. We train the executive assistants of our senior leaders in how to be a delegate in the system and to conduct an actual recognition event. Now, this does not make the recognition any less authentic. It is still recognition that comes from the senior leader. But in this case, we've just removed that barrier of time and scheduling for the senior leader to get in there. So oftentimes we will find that our executive assistants will be meeting regularly with their senior leader. And one of the things that's on their agenda is, do you have anybody to recognize? And they will take that back and they'll use the delegation feature to send out the recognition. So it's, I think, been a really helpful way in which we've started to make sure that our leaders are buying into and understanding the importance of recognition, and we can help them by removing a barrier. Another example is some of the programs that we have. So we have a program built into UH Appreciates, and it's called Kindness Matters. And this program is funded by a donor, which is fantastic. However, there's not a lot of budget that goes with this program. And so because of the number of leaders we have, we're not able to spread dollars to everybody to use it. So our executives and our directors are the only ones that have access to a budget in this program. So in some ways, it forces them to engage in the platform. They can go in, they themselves, of course, can do the recognition, but other leaders are able to nominate and go to their senior leaders and say, hey, this individual did something above and beyond and really exhibited kindness in an important way, and we want you to recognize them. Sends the message that this is important, gets the senior leader engaged. So those are just some examples of ways that we've worked to really build that buy-in at the top.